What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Clint, and here we are doing some video reactions. Well, today we got Camp Gagnon. He does a lot of little spiritual religion camp type stuff, and he came across my feed, and I really like checking him out. He's a comedian. I think he's Catholic. I think he claims to be Catholic, and so he does a lot of Christian-based stuff, and just trying to get into a whole lot of different understandings of different religions, and this one that really caught my ears and made me really reflect on some of the stuff that I've been through as far as alcohol goes. And if anybody knows, if you mess around with alcohol, man, that is a very dangerous path to go down. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have some drinks once in a while, but if you mess with alcohol the way I did, it's a very insidious, sneaky drug. Sneaky, I don't know what you would even call it. I wouldn't want to call it something crazy. But it's basically something that can really, really be extremely addictive, extremely fun. And it just really, really, to me now, and my level of understanding, I think it's very demonic. I think it's very insidious in its approach, and without you even realizing it, your life could be totally opposite from what you thought you was pursuing. And that's basically the enemy's path. But this is basically just gonna jump into and these two guys that are talking. The guy is, like I said, he's a comedian. His name is Mark Gagnon. He's I don't know if he's that popular, but he probably will make a come up in the future. But if you want to check him out, his channel is called Camp Gagnon. He's got a whole bunch of different videos where he interviews different people and talks about different things as he studies through different religions. And right now he's got a shaman on there, and I guess he's like an ayahuasca shaman. You guys know anything about ayahuasca? Very, very, I don't know what to say about it, but basically these people take these ayahuasca, I think it's mushrooms or some type of like peyote, really powerful hallucinogenic drugs, and it takes them to another realm, if you would ask me. And I think they just get over there and they start playing with some demonic spirits that I ain't got no interest in even trying to go down those paths. But this guy he's talking to, the shaman, he's got a very experiential knowledge with a lot of crazy background stuff, and I guess the philosophy or whatever worldview that he has. He took stuff from like the Book of Enoch. You start the video off, and he's really getting into like where the origins of like Enoch come from, because he has some type of understanding for that. And he shares with them, his understandings and like the spiritual realm with like the aliens and the demons and the watchers and the Nephilim. People like to talk about the giants and the Nephilim. All right, you want to check the video out, go check it out. It's like over 2 hours long. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. There's a lot of crazy stuff this guy talks about. But what I wanted to jump into was like, no matter who this guy is, even though he's messed around hallucinogenics and gone down these crazy paths, something that really hit me was that fact that he really talks about how alcohol and alcoholism is just like a portal. Like, it's very demonic, and it's very much used for like demonic ceremonies, in witchcraft or whatever type of voodoo stuff that goes on. It's always been used. If you read the Bible, Dionysus and like the land of Ephesus, they worshipped these pagan gods. And I know in the book of Ephesians, the place that was taking place around, they had god Diana or something they worshipped, in the way that they would commune with the gods that they believe was like through alcohol. They would go there and they would get drunk and have orgies, and this huge temple, and I've heard it described as they had this huge pit in the middle of this huge temple where they're having orgies and everybody's just getting drunk and carrying on. And he said this huge pit was there so that they could vomit into the pit because they're getting so drunk, and they would just keep going and communing with the gods in this way. Why you want to worship a god like that? I don't know. Back in my drinking days, I probably honestly would have partaken in that kind of activity. But now that I got God, my eyes have been open. I'm starting to see all the sin and all the world is being exposed for what it is. You know, looking through like the filter or the lens that God is showing me that this world is fallen, and there's been nothing but enemy influence and demonic influence, or anything that's going to take you away from God. He's going to distort it, and he's going to mislead you to not follow him. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. I might edit out certain parts. He does swear a little bit in here, just so you know. But this is the guy here. His name is he's a shaman. He's an ayahuasca shaman. And yeah, let's get into what they're talking about.
A jinn is a spirit of fire or smoke.
Interesting.
That's why alcohol means flesh-eating spirit, and the jinn is a jinn, and that's why it's called wine and spirits. So alcohol is used for dark magic.
It is
100,000%. Yeah. If you want, you know, voodoo, for example. Have you ever been to like a Haitian voodoo place or any of that stuff?
No, one time I went to Ripley's, believe it or not, and I saw some like voodoo, like ritual tools.
Yeah,
and I just got weird vibes, and I just I left. I didn't.
You come to Miami, you can go find it easy. It's nothing.
People do that all over.
I just wanted to see what type of what I was just curious to see what they were going to try to unleash.
See, I think he's telling them like, hey, I'm going to see this voodoo guy, and I'm already like spiritually in depth. So it's like I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to like you know run a hustle on me, or like I think he's saying that he's coming from the point of view that he believes that they're fake, and he's gonna like see right through it. So he's gonna go ahead and check it out and see what they got for him. Something that I ain't trying to play with that.
Shit.
Did you go to a ritual?
No, I paid the guy. Like, yeah. I like did the, like, one of the person I was in a relationship, and she's like, oh, psychics and this and this. And I was like, she's like, oh, and they can clean the energy and this and this and this. And I was like, listen, like, I don't buy into this at all, but I'll show you, right? I'll show you. The guy's going to misdiagnose everything. I'm going to say things, and he's going to believe what I'm telling him because he can't see. I'm going to say I'm here because of these problems. They're not real. He's going to buy into it and elaborate bullshit me, thinking that I'm telling him the truth. This will prove he's full of shit. Because if he could actually see, he would not need me to tell him what the problem is.
Or he would know you're lying to him.
If you came to drink ayahuasca with me, I don't need to know what the problem is. I'm going to drink ayahuasca. You're going to drink ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is going to show me everything. I don't need to ask you a question. As long as you're on the diet proper and you're not on any drugs and things like this, I don't need to know anything. It's going to get fixed. That's the thing. So why would I need, so anyway, what they do, the first thing they do is they have this like crazy, like bottle of alcohol, like different plants in it. And as soon as the guy drinks the thing, he spits it out, and I saw immediately he was fully in a trance.
Yeah, this is a next level of darkness here, and this is what alcohol is honestly, basically, at the root of it, used for. Why it's legal, I don't know. It almost took my life, almost took me out, but I think we all need to shed the light on the truth of what alcohol is used for in the spiritual sense, in the witchcraft demonic sense, that I don't think enough people understand and know this.
I was shocked. The guy was fully in a trance. He's like, tells you to drink it. And you grab it, and it's like grain alcohol. And I tried to drink some, and it was like burn, and I spit it in his face, much closer than we're sitting now, on accident, of course. He didn't even blink. That's how I'm like, oh man, he didn't even flinch, blink. Now I went, real loud, like he didn't even move. And I was like, uh-oh. I was like, this guy's in the trance, right? Anyway, he's like, bring me 2 dog and 2 chicken. But it's funny. Nothing, I can't report. I'm not endorsing this either. The guy was in a trance, but then I started looking into it. And that's how I understood. You know how they train? They just get drunk. Have you ever gotten so drunk from an alcohol that you can't smell it again for a while?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fireball.
Okay. Even now, if you were to smell it,
yeah.
That's how they train. They drink a special cocktail of plants and alcohols.
This is what I'm talking about right here. I've been down this path, and this is what really took me by surprise. Somebody who's obviously not a Christian, not a believer in the sense, but he's got experience with this stuff on this level that sheds light to the darkness.
To the point that they become so drunk. Have you ever been so drunk that you say, the next day you're like, what happened? Someone's like, Mark, you slapped someone and called them a bitch, and you did this, and you pulled your dick out, and you're like, impossible.
Yeah.
And then but it happened.
I'm not a violent drunk, but I get goofy. One time I went up to my buddy and I like ripped his shirt open, popped all his buttons off.
And you bit his nipples.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, dude, you fucked my shirt up. Okay, my bad.
But you didn't remember it.
No, I mean vaguely, but not really. I bought him.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, that's because, again, you're not a Satanist.
Don't ask me about my stories.
But you didn't remember
I don't
any.
remember most of it.
People told you, and you didn't even believe it.
Yeah.
That's because al-Kul means flesh-eating spirit. Because if you get drunk enough, then you give your lower self, your darkness, or an outside spirit possession of your body. So you do things, you don't remember anything, because if someone's possessed, they don't remember anything. That's the whole problem. So if you're practicing dark magic in the form of voodoo and any of these things, you train on alcohol, and you get so drunk, with the intention of allowing the spirit world to come into you. And
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? When you get blackout drunk, that's what I feel like the enemy is doing. It's trying to get to us with the alcohol beverage. It's just like it's a slow, steady process of like, yeah, you think you can have one? Yeah, you can have one. But it's just a slow process of like, oh yeah, that felt good last time. Let's have another one. Oh, that felt really good. Let's have another one. And the demonic realm is just slowly trying to get you to the point where you get drunk. And the spirit can take over you. Comes into you. You don't remember what you do. You don't even know what's going on. And here you are, turning your body over. So you don't know what's going on. And you become like a portal for the enemy to come in and just have freedom with. Believe me, I've been in these situations where I've just woken up. And if you've seen The Hangover, I had some nights like The Hangover, and it just wasn't pretty. But this guy, not even a Christian, is testifying to what's really going on.
in return, you get money. So when you come out of the trance, you got $150, but you're giving up your soul in return to it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what genie, it comes from the Arabic word jinn.
Wow.
And that's the idea of a genie, because the genie, and that's what all these people ultimately are looking for. A spirit can only enter you for two ways. One is that you summons it, right? You're trying to have it come in.
Some type of ritual or something.
Exactly. Or fear. Like a ghost or a ghoul or a gala. You go, and then it comes in possession. That's how it happens, because ultimately the fear is the nourishment, the food. Same way that if you leave a fruit out right now or a piece of meat, in here in Camp Gagnon, which is, by the way, not outside. We are.
Come on, dude, you're blowing our
Oh, I'm sorry. We are outside right now.
Yeah, we're in the Adirondacks.
I apologize. We're in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in Jordan.
Jordan. Oh,
I wish.
I can't wait to go back. If you leave food out, what will happen? Maggots will just appear. Where'd they come from?
Like flies.
They no, but if even right here, they just appear right out of the ether. The same thing is with spirits, and so that's the problem with the spiritual aspect of things is people don't understand what they're playing with. Like,
Oh wow, I didn't pick up on that last time, but he's like, basically like if you just leave food out, stuff just starts appearing. Like, did you ever notice like if you cut open a carcass, maggots all of a sudden, like within I don't even know how long. It doesn't take long though, but then maggots just start coming out of nowhere and digesting. I mean, just growing out of nowhere, and like next thing you know, it's just like things are just toxic. And I really like how he's just like saying like if you start drinking alcohol, demons will just show up out of nowhere. Like they sense the presence, they understand like the spiritual realm and what's going on. So you start having these parties, and that's why I feel like parties can get wild, especially when they got drugs and alcohol involved. So be wary. I need to make a whole better video that can really talk about this kind of stuff, because like I've been to too many parties that have gotten too wild and then too crazy of a situation where you just start drinking, start partying, start bumping that music, and things just start going real crooked down a crazy hill. You know what I mean? That's why when you got drugs and alcohol mixed and stuff, crap happens. There's crazy demonic influence. I think they're over there just having a party too. They're like, oh, we got a whole crew of like bodies here that we can just come and just go and manifest ourselves, and like we can have a good old time. But anyway, if you wanna check more of this video out, this guy's, once I said Camp Gagnon, it's called Enoch, Gnosticism, and Anunnaki. They talk about all this stuff, but I think that was quite a bit that I could just go off of. I mean, he just hit on a couple key points, like that the gin, the original word for alcohol, alcohol, was like basically the names of what do you say, a genie? The jinn is basically a demonic spirit, and he talks about the whole history of that too. Not that any of this is relevant that we need to know, but basically, and just trying to shed light on the darkness of the fact that alcohol just isn't good for anybody. Like I said, alcohol didn't do no good for me. I loved drinking it. I loved getting high and drunk and smoking and doing drugs and all types of stuff. But it didn't get me nowhere. It won't get you nowhere. And then research is even showing, like scientifically, if you drink and you have a good night of alcohol, it's like four times that it takes from you. So like if you get drunk one night, it's gonna take you like 3 nights to recover from that. So like the amount of energy and the amount of dopamine and everything that it takes from you, it takes you like 3 days to recover from one night of drinking. And I used to drink like nonstop. I used to drink at least Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'd recover. Thursday, I was ready to drink again. So Friday, I just hit it again. And I blacked out too many times to even want to talk about any of those kind of stories. I mean, I'm changed. God can save you. If you got any difficulty with drinking right now, go ahead and reach out to me. I've been through recovery. I gave it up. All thanks and praises to God that Jesus, offers us forgiveness. He offers us mercy. He offers us redemption, and he offers us a relationship with him. He offers us a relationship with God that will fill that emptiness, that space that you're trying to fill right now with alcohol. Believe me, I've been there. I walked those steps. I've lived in that cycle of addiction, of just like, drinking for whatever reason, trying to recover and not having nowhere to go, with no direction to figure out, how to get back on track, how to remember the joy that you had as a kid before you even knew alcohol. I've been there, man. I drank for 20 plus years of my life, thinking there was nothing wrong with it, thinking it was okay because the rest of the world is telling you it's okay. All the movies and all the TV shows, alcohol's involved and it's all okay. It's not. I'm telling you, this guy just said, not even a Christian, not even like trying to say, hey, don't drink. Nah, this guy's like a spiritual, psychedelic guru. And he's over there saying, like, I ain't messing with alcohol because that's just a portal to open up for demons to just show up and try to take over your body. And I don't care if you got God or not, I still wouldn't risk it. Because I don't think if you're getting drunk and you're trying to claim God, and I just don't think the two mix. So if you're over there getting drunk, I wouldn't even mess with it. You know what I'm saying? So, hope y'all enjoyed this. Maybe I'll do a little bit more on this. This video is pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I watched this like months ago, but I'm just now getting around to it. And but yeah, if you want to check out that video, once again, it's Camp Gagnon. He's talking to a shaman. It's called Enoch, Gnosticism, and Anunnaki. Go ahead and check that out. He does a couple other interviews with a couple other interesting people talking about different things. But if you like the video so far, please leave a like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Please leave comments. It really helps with the algorithm and helps to get God's word out there a little bit more. So if you want to support me, please just leave a like. It's free. Leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji. That helps. But hope to come at you more and more frequently with more videos. So I shall see you guys all in another one. So bye for now.